Ayan, I think we can start. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. If you can, kindly open your cameras. And welcome to our masterclass for today. Good afternoon, guys. So, guys, see familiar faces? Meron ba ditong you know our topic for today is all about lead generation. Lahat ba dito may clients na? Can you type 1 if you do have a client at the moment? Let's do a quick gauge of the room. Sino may client na? One. Uy, si Sar, before POBM yun, Sar, no? Na-excite ako bigla eh. Sige, ayan. How about the rest? Meron ditong wala pa. Talagang struggle nyo, challenge for you guys ang client acquisition. Can you type 2 if that is the case for you? Wala. So, lahat kayo may clients. So, yung 2 guys, yung medyo na-challenge, nahihirapan mag-acquire ng client or mag-lead generation. Okay. Sige, so we have a 2. So to those that have clients, I'm assuming the reason why you're here is because you wanna get more clients, no? And pagod na kayo siguro sa platform or mag-cold email and you wanna try the Instagram route. If that is the case, then you are in the right room because yeah, our guest expert for today is an expert in that specific domain. So I want to be mindful of everyone's time again. For any questions, guys, you can just type them in the chat. We will be monitoring it, and siguro later, kung may time pa, we could do a quick Q&A. But yeah, I'd like to go ahead and proceed now with our topic, all about lead generation using Instagram nga. And our guest for today is actually a lead generation engagement and DM sales specialist. And she's also a mentor to freelancers already. And she's none other than Fatima Mobi. Hello, dear. Good afternoon. Welcome sa Powerhouse Community.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much first of all, thank you so much for inviting me, Miss Days, sa community mo. Like, I didn't really expect it because actually this is like one of my first few master classes, and I'm really so grateful for Coach Days for giving me the opportunity to be here and of course to teach you guys about what I'm good in, especially in lead gen. Inako ko na talaga na magaling ako sa lead gen. Pero yeah, so I'll be sharing my screen right now and let me know if nakikita nyo kasi sorry, di ako masyadong techie, so I hope ito makikita.
Sige lang.
Okay. Ayun, nakikita nyo ba yung screen ko?
Yes,
Ngayon?
dear.
I think I'll have to present this. Tingnan natin if... Ayan. How about now? Nakikita nyo pa rin ba?
Yes, clear na clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So, wait. I-ano ko muna tong chat. Yan. Okay, so for our master class, this is called the Lead Gen Lab. It's an Instagram edition for OBMs because I know in Coach Day's community, most of you are I think all of you are OBMs, right? Tama ba? So, but if ever hindi ka naman OBM, it's all the strategies that you're going to learn today is applicable for any type of naman din, like service provider. So, but before we begin, I'm going to introduce myself kasi baka mag-wonder kayo, sino ba tong nasa harapan nyo? So, I'm Fatima. I'm an Instagram, as what Coach Day said, I'm an Instagram lead gen engagement and DM sales specialist for coaches and service providers. And I'm also a mentor to freelancers who want to learn how to do this. So, first of all, magkaiba silang lahat, yung lead gen engagement and DM sales. Kasi I think people are not that aware na iba-iba yung definitions for this. So lead gen, that's basically like yung pagsosource, paghahanap ng leads. Engagement is the nurturing, and DM sales is selling in the DMs. So may mga ibang service providers na let's say lead gen engagement lang yung ginagawa nila. Meron din kagaya ko na lahat, like from attracting, nurturing, then closing. So ganun. Kaya iba-iba. Kaya nilagay ko talaga yung difference. So, background about me, I have been freelancing for 4 years now. So that was around March of 2020. So yung business ko was a born during the pandemic, and I think maybe some of you here have been here in the freelancing business for same year as me na din. And then I went full time since March of 2021. So I was my background is that I was a marketing specialist for a hotel here in the local area in where I live. And then I decided to resign, and I became a full-time freelancer na. And then when I started out, I was a general virtual assistant. I think this is really one of the first few things that we try when we start out as a freelancer, yung pagiging general virtual assistant. And then from then on, depende na to sa'yo if you want to niche down. And for my own case, nag-niche down ako to lead gen engagement and DM sales. But before I was even able to specialize sa Instagram, I was searching for clients sa Fiverr, Upwork. Maybe you know most of these guys, yung mga freelancing sites. But then marami kasing yung mga 'di ba, like maraming competition inside those platforms, and then meron pang fees. So I didn't want that. So I found a way, and then Instagram yung naging way ko for it. And of course, yung mga naging clients ko through my network referrals. So currently that's how I'm able to get most of my clients na. Okay. Chat lang kayo ha if nakaka-relate kayo. But yeah. So our agenda for today is first, it's about knowing your dream client, how to do lead gen, setting up your lead tracker, engagement do's and don'ts, and other engagement tips and strategies. So I'm going to share, I think Coach Days can drop the lead gen tracker template later on, but that's gonna be later on naman din. And I'm going to give you a walkthrough on that later. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying na all strategies really work. However, the client experience matters. I think for OBMs, like what is the importance of having the client experience, like, diba? So, like for you, it is like your utmost priority, yung client experience na bring nyo, or like na may help nyo for your clients. But for me, I believe that before the client experience happens, even before onboarding the client, because your lead's first impression with your approach can make or break your chance to sign a client. So, dun pa lang sa the way you approach your lead, kahit na di mo pa siya naging client, dun na dapat mafe-feel ng lead mo na ibang level yung client experience to, like, work just by chatting with you. So, if ever kasi for example, not to shame anyone who's doing cold pitching. I really believe na merong right platform for it. It's just that when it comes to Instagram, most people there inside Instagram wouldn't tolerate cold pitching. Like probably if you have tried it, marami dong mga tao na they really find cold pitching on Instagram, like sa DMs, very salesy or icky. So recently nga, I had this client na before working with me, she was honest and she said na she was doing cold pitching, and then when I checked her account, tas skinan ko, like inaudit ko yung account niya, those people na kinold pitch niya blocked her kasi di ko na makita ang mga account ng mga kinold pitch niya using her own account, pero nakikita ko pa sa account ko. So that means na it's either block siya or yun, restricted, something like that. So kaya for me, napaka-importante ng first impression na magi-give mo sa leads or your like dream clients. So before we get to the lead gen, something like that, let's first clarify, or like let's first give clarity about who is your ideal client. And it's not just about saying na, for example, when somebody asks you na, sino yung dream client mo? And then you will say na, my dream client is a business coach who is a female business coach who is who is earning 6 figures, yung mga ganyan, in her 30s or mid 40s, parang ganon, 'di ba? Usually ganon yung parang ideal client avatar. Pero it's actually more than just that, because the real question is, how does it actually reflect on their IG accounts? Like, you will see lots of IG accounts who are business coaches. For example, if target more business coaches, you will see lots of them. But hindi naman lahat doon are your ideal clients, right? Yung mga IG accounts ng mga business coaches. That's why it's so important for you to get clarity kung paano mo siya makikita pa lang in just one look at in their feed, like sa feed nila. Like, for example, when you click on their Instagram profile, can you already determine if dream client ba to, even though this is a female business coach? Yung mga ganyan. So you're going to look at 4 things that are visible on their Instagram accounts in order for you to qualify them as an ideal client. So let's say, for example, if SMM ka, you might want to target clients who don't specifically have an organized or aesthetic feed yet, right? So usually, ganito yung ginagawa kasi, for example, if it's so organized already yung feed, probably there is already someone handling, right, the account of that specific person. So they wouldn't need another SMM, di ba? So you want to target those people na hindi pa masyadong organized, or like hindi pa masyadong aesthetic yung feed. For podcast managers, if podcast manager ka, you might want to target leads who don't have a good quality podcast or audio and video output. And these things can be seen like using their Instagram account, or maybe if you are not on Instagram, maybe in Spotify, or like sa mga Facebook nila, kung saan ka man mas naghahanap ng leads. So, for example, for their podcast audio, maybe they have a snippet of it on Instagram or somewhere else, and then you check it out, and then it's really not at like a good quality one. So that gives you an idea na it's either merong general virtual assistant na nag-aano, hindi naman sa pag-aano, pag-shame, hindi naman sinishame yung mga virtual assistant ha, pero sometimes kasi baka hindi nila specialize, kaya hindi sila masyadong hindi masyadong quality yung podcast audio, or they just do it on their own, and then they don't really know how to make it clean or something like that. So nakikita yan sa mga snippets nila sa Instagram Reels, or mismo sa Spotify nila na kung saan nila hino-host yung nila podcast episodes nila. And then for example, for me, DM sales specialist, I might want to target clients who are consistently posting effective content and showing up to sell their offers every day. So ito yung mga tina-target ko na clients who are consistent with marketing and selling their offers, so that madali lang mag-nurture sa leads sa DMs. So ganun. And then for OBMs, kasi OBMs kayo, right? A huge part, like, correct me if I'm wrong, a huge part of your responsibility is to set up systems in your client's business. So, for example, lang to ha, like there could be a lot more. But like one of the things that you could look out for could be, do they have links set up properly in their bio? Like during their launches, or like does it look like their setup is all over the place? Di ba makikita mo naman yan, like if click mo yung bio nila, ano ba, like, or ano ba siya, like set up ba siya properly? Or let's say, for example, meron akong example nito. There's this lead that I am talking to, and then she gave me a freebie of her some course ata na freebie yun. And then when I clicked on it, na-figure out ko na manual pala, kasi parang nasa Google Drive pa, so parang she needed to get my email address manually, yung parang ganon. So she's doing things manually. So if I were an OBM, this gives me an idea na probably this client might need my help, kasi 'di ba hindi naman parang manual pa na ginagawa, yung something like that. Or you can also think of other things na that would give you a hint na need nila ng help ng isang OBM. And you can usually find that naman din sa Instagram account nila. So ayun. Hopefully that helps, guys. So once you get the clarity on how it reflects on your ideal client's account, it will be easier for you to find them on Instagram. You will not just be like adding leads to your tracker simply because, oh, they're a female business coach, something like that, you will get more you will get more specific on who are the leads you are picking out. Like, sino yung mga pinipili mo na leads na ina-nurture mo. Kasi 'di ba, we don't want to waste time on leads na hindi na pala kailangan ng help natin. So, might as well from the start, when you are sourcing your leads, you already have the clarity kung sino yung dapat hanapin, so that when it's time to add and engage them, you have more chances of getting them as a client because they need your services. Okay. Gets ba, guys? Di ba
Yeah.
masyadong mabilis? Sorry.
Comment kayo guys ng yes if clear naman so far.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you. Okay, so after that, what's next? Let's find your dream clients na. So ito na yung hinihintay nyo, guys. Okay. So, lead gen on Instagram. I would say it's kind of like different from what we do sa Facebook, sa LinkedIn, ano pa ba, Fiverr, Upwork. Kasi instead of looking for job opportunities, you look for opportunities to connect with your dream clients. Ito yung mga clients na you really want to work with, 'di ba? So, ano yung mga ways? So actually, there are 7 ways. Hindi ko lang nalagay ata yung isa dito. But here are the ways. So first is keywords plus search bar. Second, niche hashtags. Third, your own competitors. Fourth, your industry leaders in that niche that you're serving. Fifth is potential client suggested account buttons. And sixth is your clients, followers. And lastly, yung similar target accounts. So let's go over this one by one. So sa keywords plus search bar. So the keyword is your client's niche, and then type it in the IG search bar. So here's an example on the left side or right side ata of your screen. So as you can see here, after you type the keyword, click see all results and then account. So lalabas dyan lahat. Yan. Next is your niche hashtag. So make the hashtag more specific. If it's too broad, there might be a lot of unqualified leads you'll have to scan. So identify what specific niche hashtags your ideal clients use. So for example, dito sa nasa screen, I went to one of my ideal clients account, and then I clicked on one of her recent posts, and then I look at the hashtags that she has been using. And then yun yung kiniklik ko kasi usually, as you can see naman, very specific yung hashtags na ginagamit niya. Like, hindi masyadong maraming like hindi maabot, meron mga times na parang maabot ng 1 million, pero mostly kasi yung mga very specific na hashtags yung ginagamit niya. So you can try to do that too. Next is your competitors. Ito yung sinasabi nila na work smart, not hard. So if you know your competitor is doing lead gen, like consistently, it might be, you might be able to find then leads that they are targeting na dapat then you have the same, like you have the same target clients. So you can scan through their following, yung nasa itaas when you click on their Instagram profile, or you can scan through the likes and comments that they get on their posts. Now, usually what I do, actually I do both, pero what makes it more advantage for you to check sino yung nagla-like and comment on their post is that if you target those people, they are most likely active on IG. So you get to engage with them once you try to connect with them kasi they're active on IG. Ayun. Next is industry leaders. So ang mga industry leaders, these are people that your dream clients look up to. So for example, with this, it's XO Jinji. So I would say she's an industry leader for business coaches. So if wala kang maisip na industry leader, one tip for that is you go to, this is like one of the easiest things that you could do. You go to Spotify, and then you look for you look for podcast that is related to the niche of your client, and then check nyo sino yung nag-host ng podcast na yon. And then usually yung nag-host ng podcast na yan, meron siyang it's either a Facebook group, or maybe that person has Instagram account. So that's how you can do it if wala kang idea right now kung sino yung industry leaders ng dream clients mo. Next is suggested accounts. For this feature, I'm not quite sure if this is still like available for all IG accounts. Because diba, laging nag-update yung Instagram. So there are some features that are gone, then there are some features na hindi naman totally nawala sa lahat. So like, yeah. The way for you to do this is by, for example, you go to an Instagram account, and then dapat na Instagram account ng isang dream client mo, and then you click on the plus sign, and then you will see their related accounts to that person. So usually yung mga nakiklik, or like usually yung mga sinasuggest na accounts are people who have the same niche as that person. And then next, your clients' followers. So for those of you, kasi diba nag-ano si Coach Days kanina, sino yung may mga client, and if your client is, let's say, very active on Instagram, you could probably find dream clients in her own account too. So that's what you can do. So you can scan through their followers or scan through the comments and likes of their posts. Usually meron talaga yung mga ka-niche nila na nagfa-follow sa kanila. So that's also one way for you to do it. Next is, if ayaw mo yung kanina na work smart, not hard, ito yung gawin mo. Hindi ka makokonsensya nito. So these are people who target the same client as you, but aren't offering the same services as you. So for example, for me, since I'm a DM sales specialist and I target business coaches, yung similar target accounts ko could be OPMs who also target business coaches. In that way, hindi magka-clash yung namin, yung services, yung services namin, but we have similar clients, diba? Or like target clients. So that's what you can do. Okay. So, hindi naman lahat na kailangan mong gawin, like there were 7, right? Not all of those you need to do. You only need to figure out what method works for you best. Personally for me, I use yung similar target accounts and then industry leaders. So before, I used to use Instagram hashtags, yung niche hashtags. Kaso kasi, 'di ba, as what some of you may know, yung parang like nalilimit na yung power ng hashtags right now. So hindi na like there are lots of people na who don't use the Instagram hashtags. So parang nalilimit na yung nun. Pero before, that's what I use, but now yun nga use ko yung yung ano nga yun? Yung similar target accounts and industry leaders. So ayun. So, ito pa isang tip. Like, this is like one of my secrets. If you want to find clients who can pay premium services, yung pang premium talaga, then look for those people who invested in premium programs. So, let's say, yung it's XO Jinji. So, sometimes, like, a background of her, just to give you a background of her, she offers like 6-figure programs. Meron din mga 5-figure, pero yun, as you may know, premium talaga yung rates niya. And then sometimes she will tag those people who availed her courses or programs, and then you will find them it's either sa stories niya if super recent, or Instagram highlights niya. Like for example, you look for their highlights. Like for example, if your target are business coaches, check out their highlights and sorry kasi di ko alam if maririnig, pero may airplane na dumaan. Okay, so going back, check their highlights, and then tignan niyo sino yung mga sino yung mga nag-avail ng courses nila. And most likely, these people can also pay for premium support. Kasi 'di ba, if they invested in premium programs to enhance their skills or like their marketing skills, they would also invest in, like for example, OBM support na pang premium din. So these people have the money, so it gives you like higher chance to attract them kasi they already know the value of investing. You don't need to encourage them or persuade them because they already know it, like the value that it brings to their business. So ayun, ito yung pinaka tip ko. Okay, so now we're going to set up your lead tracker. If you can nalagay na ni Coach Dace yung link, so you can copy that, and I will be giving you a walkthrough of how to use it. Teka lang ha.
Sige guys, let us know if you're able to copy it na by typing done. Sige lang. So click the link. It will make you copy it in your own drives, and then once you're done, type done na lang para we know we can proceed. And thank you for this, Fatima. Okay.
Welcome. Okay. Yung Canva pa din yung nakikita, no? Teka lang ha. Ito. Ayan. Can you see my lead gen tracker template na ba?
Yes.
Okay. So, this is your lead gen tracker template. It's super simple. Actually, yung sa akin naman as lead gen specialist, napakahaba pa ng notes nito, pero I wanted to make it just short for you para hindi masyadong maraming details. So, and you can make it easier for you. So first is, actually lahat ng ito are like super self-explanatory, but we'll just go over this one by one. So first is yung name ng person, para hindi nyo makalimutan. Like, hindi lang, hi lovely, hey girl, ganon. Dapat alam nyo yung name. And then next is Instagram handle, nilalagay ko din. And then next is Instagram link. So, if ayaw nyo ng maraming columns, it's either you will put this or this. So, pwedeng kahit isa dyan wala. Pero for me, I simply put it so that I can just type it manually. Kasi sa phone ako gumagamit, or like sa phone ako nagli-lead gen, hindi sa laptop. And then, next is date followed. Nilalagay ko din. One of the good things, if you put kailan mo siya finalo, and for example, if nakuha mo siya or like na-sign mo siya as a client, it gives you like yung parang malu-look back mo, like how long did it take for you to sign as a client. For example, for me, I have tried signing clients na parang umabot ng 1 year or like 2 years nga before she signed with me. Pero meron din mga iba na 7 months, or like let's say meron ding iba weeks lang, or like even a day lang after we connected. So it gives you like an idea, ganon. And then it gives you like a good thing to look back din, ganon. So next is type of lead. Yung types of lead, there are 3. So, ito yung pinaka-basic, cold, warm, hot. So, for the cold, I would say ito yung mga taong naka-follow na, or like dream clients na naka-follow na sa iyo, pero wala pa talagang interaction at all. So, hindi pa kayo nakapag-DM sa each other, hindi pa nakapag-like, basta nag-follow lang, ganun. Warm naman, ito yung mga clients na I like, dream clients na super engaging, pero maybe at some point they have expressed or shown interest in your offers, ganon. Pero like these are the people that are super engaging with you, and then you could say na you already have built rapport with these people. And then hot, ito naman yung mga inquiries, like yung mga nag-inquire sa inyo na na clients, or like dream clients. So, for example, maybe you will ask, paano yung mga yung mga past inquiries. So, usually, if umaabot na ng 6 months to 1 year yung inquiry na yon, like for example, ganon, nilalagay ko na sila sa warm. before ko siya ilagay ulit sa hot. Kasi nilalagay ko pa din kahit na like for example ghosted na yung yung lead na yon, like for example after inquiring and then nag-ghost na, and then let's say several months na yung lumipas, nilalagay ko pa din sa tracker just to keep track kung ilan yung mga inquiries na nakukuha ko. And then for last touch, this basically means na when was the last time you engage with this person? So ganon. So for example, like that, nakikita nyo, but you can change the date kung when. And then the attempts. So what I mean by this is that when it comes to connecting kasi, I would suggest that you will only try 3 times, pero dapat hindi consecutive. Like, for example, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, nag-try kang mag-initiate ng connection, pero hindi pa din. So, what you will do is parang ano siya, alternate siya. So, for example, and I would even say na alternate it like once a week. For example, you found a new lead, and then, of course, what you want to do is initiate a connection. So, for example, Monday, try mong mag-connect. It's either sa comment or sa DMs. Pero for me, what I usually do sa DMs ako nagtatry. So, for example, Monday, connect ka, and then wala pa rin. So, next week, connect ka ulit, and then wala pa rin. Then next week, connect ka ulit, and that will be the last time na. So, 3 times lang, 3 attempts lang. So, you can take note of it here kung ilang times mo na. And then, when it reaches 3 attempts, that's the time I would suggest na i-remove na lang sa tracker. Kasi, di ba, we don't want to waste time with people who don't want to, to engage with us. So, ayun, ni-remove ko siya sa tracker. And then, next, or lastly, yung notes. So basically, these are the things that you would want to remember, like mga little informations. Kahit na hindi siya related to business, as long as it's like something that is like unique to that person. Kasi for example, the things that you want to remember about the lead or your dream client is not only like their courses or like their programs, ganun. You also would want to remember like the little things that they have. So if you are able to document that, and there comes a time or like an opportunity for you to bring that again, like to bring that to to your conversation, it like they would really appreciate that when you remember those little things. So dito ko din nilalagay yung mga notes ko just to like give me a refresher para if ever there's an opportunity for me to to bring it up. So, ayun siya guys. So, napaka-simple na ng lead tracker natin. So, let me know lang if you have any questions. So, yeah. I will go back to the presentation na. Okay, and then share ulit. Ayan. Okay, so now that we're done with the lead gen, knowing where to find your leads, setting up your lead tracker, now let's talk about how to engage and connect with them. Okay, so for Instagram engagement, this is a way for you to build and nurture relationships with your potential clients on Instagram. Let's start first with the no-nos. So maybe some of you are familiar with this because parang when Instagram was in the hype of like for example sa 2020, parang maraming gumagawa nito. So first is yung 3-2-1 strategy. Probably most of you are familiar with this. Spamming likes, cold pitching in the DMs, sharing your offer post to multiple leads in the DMs, tas yung, hi, hello, how's your business going, then pitch. Marami pa rin gumagawa nito ngayon. Pero the thing is, since this is like overused and abused, and if you use this or like if you use these strategies to your dream clients, it will be so obvious that you're taking them as a lead. Simply because parang it's been like lots of people are using this. So, ayun. Another set, engaging randomly with people just to boost your engagement. Generic comments like love this, commenting irrelevant stuff or nonsense comments, or sending freebies without context or asking permission. Now you might wonder, bakit no yung love this? Hindi naman siya like no talaga yung love this. However, what I would recommend for you to do is to add more like context to it or like give more substance to it. So you can say na love this, okay, you will say na love this, I really appreciate you for sharing this with us. This lead gen course is really so helpful for beginners like me. Yung parang ganon, you add more substance to it. So ayun siya, that's how you can use this generic comment as a yes instead of a no. And then now let's proceed to the engagement do's. So once you've sourced your leads, take time to observe and get to know them better on Instagram. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. So tatlong ways to, guys. It's either you give them a follow and comment on their posts, or reply to their story. So personally for me, what I do is I reply to their stories kasi gusto ko kaagad na I am in their DMs, because it's really different when you are in their DMs versus in the comments. While both are effective, yung sa DMs kasi you get to have a more intimate connection with the lead compared to comments. While comments, if you are engaging in the comments, it hits two birds with one stone kasi 'di ba na you're getting the attention of your dream client plus the other people who might be your dream clients too, if ever effective yung comment nyo. However, sa DMs kasi din, you get to be more personal, and when you are in the DMs, it's easier for you to build rapport and make it faster for you to really have this relationship with that dream client. So, kaya ganun. Pero of course, as an initial, you can either use any of these three. So, give them a follow, and comment on their post, or reply to their story. Now, if like for example, you might say na, ayokong dumami yung following ko versus followers, because you might think na it will look like not nice in your account if mas marami kang pina-follow kaysa sa mga followers. So, if you don't want that to happen, what you can do first is either what you can do first is really reply to their story. And once they reply, that's the time you follow. So, if gusto niyo yung ganun. Pero, for me kasi, I follow and reply to their story so that it feels more genuine that I am connecting to them. So, ayun. Kasi 'di ba, for example, if somebody is engaging with you pero hindi ka naman fina-follow, you might like it gives you like an idea, or like it gives you a hint na baka tinitake lang ako as a lead nito. If palagi siya, for example, palagi lang siya nagko-comment or re-reply sa stories mo pero hindi ka naman fina-follow. Actually, meron akong mga na-experience na ganyan sa DMs ko, na they love daw my work pero they're not following me, and they are consistent with engaging with me. So it gives me an idea na baka nasa lead tracker ako nito pero hindi nila ako pina-follow. Yung ganun. Okay. So when you comment naman on your dream client's post, ito yung pwede nyong gawin. So you can either answer the CTA, yung call to action nila, and complement the lead, or complement the lead and add your insight, or complement the lead and ask a question related to the post or story. Now, isa pang pinaka-importante sa either of the three, kahit nasaan dito sa tatlo yung gawin nyo, is it's so important for you to, if ever you will address the lead, like mention talaga their name. So it really catches their attention, di ba? If you mention like their name, for example, I really this is such a great read, Fatima, something like that, then you will add na your insight, or like you can give more compliment to that. So by doing this, mas may substance yung nyo, yung comment nyo, and then it increases the chances of the lead or like your dream client noticing you in their post or like in their account. So ayan siya. Okay, so when engaging, remember to engage with your leads consistently. Just be genuinely curious about them. Share your thoughts or opinions with them when asked or when it's relevant. And lastly, be organic but not generic. Yung kagaya nung sinabi ko kanina with love this, ganon. So you add more substance to it para makakatch talaga siya ng attention ng client, ng dream client nyo. And remember, building a relationship is a two-way street. So here are some examples. So I'll give you some context. So ito, as you can see, I'm taking up lots of space. And ito yung isa sa reasons kung bakit napapansin yung comment ko. Kasi, for example, di ba, when you comment on a particular person's post, and di ba, manonotify sila. And then, when they look at their screens, manonotice nila yung comment mo kasi it's taking up lots of space in their notifications. So, they will really be curious about who you are, yung ganyan. So, ayun. And then, as you can see in all of this, nilagay ko talaga yung name nila. Backstory of this, actually, this comment of mine, this is more than 8 weeks ago na talaga, guys. Kasi this is like an old screenshot. But I'm still getting lots of likes from this comment na ginawa ko. This person, she's one of the people that I look up to when I started freelancing. She's a Instagram coach, I think. Hindi ko alam if nag-change na ba siya ng niche, pero she was an Instagram coach, and I used to always agree with what she was saying, but this time kasi, I think she said na engagement is a waste of time daw. Like, it's really what she said in her post. And then, of course, as an engagement specialist, I commented on her post, and I shared like my ideas on about it, like bakit I don't see it that way, ganon. And then, marami naman din nang agree. Pero yeah, it's one way for you to get attention. Next is ito. So, this is what I meant yung sa notes, 'di ba kanina sa lead gen tracker. I know that this person is someone who doesn't show her face in the camera. Like parang napag-usapan namin sa DMs na she's too shy, ganon. So ni-note ko to sa DM, ay like sa lead tracker ko. And then I said there na ito yung ano niya, experience niya. Pero when she shared this post, she was already like talking in front of the camera. I think it was her first talking head reel. So I really mentioned it na here, as you can see, it's nice to see you now in front of the cam. And I think she really appreciated it. Kasi yun, sino ba makaka-remember nung gano'n, 'di ba? Like, or sino ba yung makaka-notice? So it's really like one way for you to get the attention. And I think because of this, nag-inquire siya sa services ko. So gano'n siya, guys. Pinansin ko talaga yung mga little details and then put it in my notes. Next is here. So as you can see ulit, minention ko yung name ni Carol and here ni Rachel. So I added more context. Usually kasi yung ginagamit lang ng people, louder for the people at the back, ganun lang yung comment nila. Ganyan. Then I added more. Nobody is great at what they do before they really started doing it. Parang ganyan. I just shared more insights about it, or like what I could say about it. And then here then, I also shared my insights. If you're thinking of ways on how you can make it more more valuable, or like parang may substance talaga, maybe you can relate your own experience. For example, for this, I said here, let's just say na, sabi ko dito, nobody's great at what they do before they really started doing it. Then I could say na, back then when I was still starting out, this is what I did, something like that. So you can share your own experience para it gives more a unique comment talaga, yung ganon. Tas may value talaga, ganon. So you can do that. And of course, here are other engagement tips and strategies. So one tip here is leveraging your audience, or like the audience, I mean, of your dream client. So what do I mean by this? In this strategy kasi, you're hitting two birds with one stone. So first is you get noticed by your dream client, and then second is you get noticed by other dream clients inside her community too. So how do you do this? So first is, what you're going to do is take a look at a recent post from your dream client or from their industry leader that resonates with you the most. And then next is reshare it to your story by gassing them up and add more value or insight to it. So examples nito, for example, with this. So, this is again Jeannie. Okay, Jeannie Fierce pala yung IG handle. Yung kanina, yung maraming likes, ito yun siya. This was like, I think, 3 years ago ko na comment or like na reshare sa story niya. So, as you can see here, I gassed her up. So here, but I've seen how Jeannie Fierce is not like them. She's no BS and she knows what she's talking about. Something like that. Tapos nag-disagree ako after. Pero like, ito yung sinabi ko before about her. And then it's a way for you like to boost their ego or to boost their ego. And itong reshared post niya, pinost niya to sa stories niya. So what happened is maraming nag-follow sa akin coming from her own community because of that. And she has maybe 80K followers, hindi ko lang sure. So imagine the potential of your story being reshared by like someone like parang influencer, 'di ba? So ganun. Yun. And then here nilagay ko din dito. I think this is a community of freelancers ata to. And then I shared their post and then my thoughts on it. So basically that's how you do it. Now, hindi naman to 100% guarantee na once you do this, i-share na nila because it's like, it's still their own call if they will share it or not. But as long as you are genuinely doing it, then most likely the chances of your reshared post or like reshared story increases if gagawin mo siya ng pagganito. Next is, wait, di maklik. Yan. Aim getting your comment pinned at the top of your post. I mean like at the top of your dream client's post pala. So in this strategy, you want to make sure that every comment you leave is as valuable as possible, that they wouldn't hesitate to pin your comment to the top. So this is also one way for you to to get more or like to get more followers then. Kasi in a sense, especially if your comment is pinned to the top of someone who is like an industry leader or like an influencer. Now, itong strategy na to, you can also use this kahit sa mga hindi dream client mo as long as industry leader siya ng more, as long as this account has a community na target mo din, ganun. So, hindi siya kailangan dapat sa dream client mo lang, pwede din sa mga community pages or like sa industry leaders na account. So, ito yung mga tips na share ko. So, first is acknowledge the value that the original poster is bringing to the table. And then, of course, mention their name. Make your comment longer but full of value so that it takes space and gets the attention of the OP and the people consuming her content. Now, kasi if your comment is posted sa pinned, pinned siya sa pin siya ng original poster, once other people will check out the post, tas mag-scroll sila, most likely yung comment mo na nakapin, ito yung una nilang makikita. And then, especially if it's super valuable talaga ng comment mo, like it's really something that that will make them or like influence them to follow you and check out your account, then you're doing great na at that. Okay. Yun. So next is ito, create a service guide to attract other types of buyers. Now, baka may mag-wonder na meron na kaming website, bakit ba need pa ng service guide or like that this is also called pricing guide, ganun. Or nasa pinned post ko na yung ways to work with me with prices pa nga or like nasa Instagram highlights ko na. However, kasi what I observed is that hindi naman lahat ng dream clients mo are let's say brave enough to chat you sa DMs. Merong mga iba na naglo-lurk and one way for you to catch them is through having this pricing guide. So probably if you don't have it yet, what you can do is I think you can use yung MailerLite, Mailchimp to do that. So and then once you collect yung mga, 'di ba mako-collect mo yung mga taong nag-download ng pricing guide mo, what you do is you connect and engage with them. So, ganun mo pwedeng ma-nurture pa more. Instead of just like leaving it as it is. I know maybe some of you might have email sequences after they download the guide, pero it's really different, or like it gives you a higher chance of like taking them as a client when you also connect with them in the DMs, or like connect with them on Instagram. Kasi meron talagang mga tao na ganun, and I have observed this like for my client. Usually kasi ito yung nagiging money now pala. Ito yung nagiging money now strategy namin. So for example, when I onboard a new client, I always ask for their email list, which is the pricing guide nila. And then ang ginagawa ko, sino-source ko yun, or like chine-check ko sino yung mga nag-download ng pricing guide, tas kino-connect ko sa Instagram. Kasi there's still a lot of them who will only download but not follow the person. So, ayun siya, kino-connect ko and engage. And then up to the time that I can ask more about it. And then that's the time na usually nako-close din namin yung ganun. Kasi they were like, it gives you an idea na they are already interested. Maybe it's just that if meron pa sila mga questions ganun pero di nila sinabi sa'yo like through email, 'di ba? So, sometimes meron kaming nakuha na actually nag-ano lang kami, finollow namin, yung lead is galing from the pricing guide list. Finollow namin siya, and then finollow back kami, nagbigay kami ng welcome message, and then after, nag-ask siya sa services. Pero we already know that she is already in our pricing guide. So, ganun din sometimes yung way for you to target those people. Ayan, more things to remember. If you have been consistently engaging with the lead, you'll see progress in the way he or she responds to you, especially in the DMs. So, if you have tried this na maybe you have this one dream client na you have been consistently engaging, you will see na maybe before, let's say, ano lang siya, thank you, okay, great, ganun lang yung, para siyang nonchalant person, mag-reply sa'yo sa DMs, parang ganun. Pero, once you consistently engage with that lead, nagwo-warm up siya sa'yo. And then ultimately, yung the way she responds or he or she responds to you will be different. And that's the time you know na nakapag-build ka na ng rapport. And then, build rapport first before planning to offer anything, whether that's free or paid. So usually 4 to 6 weeks of consistent engagement with the lead. So this is specific to Instagram. So I would say ganito yung dapat gawin nyo. Like at least before ka muna mag-pitch ng offer mo, at least 4 to 6 weeks of consistent engagement. Hindi kasi pwede na, for example, you source this lead and then engage ka lang one time. Hindi kasi mabibuild yung rapport nun if one time lang ikaw nag-engage sa lead, dapat consistent ka nun. So, ayun, whether kahit na free yan, kasi alam ko like meron mag-a-ask na, what if free, okay naman i-share, 'di ba? Kahit na free yan, as long as you have already built rapport, then that's the time that you can introduce it, ganon. And then when using this strategy, it's best for you if you are building a personal brand and you can market and sell your services consistently. So, itong relationship-based strategy kasi, I would say it really works well if you have a personal brand. So, for example, if you have created an Instagram account, if you have created a LinkedIn account, Facebook account, yung meron ka talagang personal brand wherein you market your services and sell them consistently. Kasi, this helps your client get nurtured kasi not only in the DMs but also sa content mo. So, mas mag-work siya if you put it that way. Like if you combine the two, when you are consistent with your marketing and then you're also consistent with reaching out or like engaging with your leads. And then one last reminder, yung lead gen and engagement kasi na this strategy will only be a support to whatever efforts you're doing with your marketing and selling your services. So, hindi rin pwede na, for example, lead gen ka lang ng lead gen pero wala kang content, or like hindi ka nagsisell ng services mo. Like, kahit man lang isell mo lang yung services mo sa stories mo or sa post mo, ganun. So, dapat siya, like, your results will really be optimized if both of them will work together. Ganun siya sa strategy na 'to. Ayan, so example, actually I specifically shared this screenshots kasi yung client ko for this is an OBM. So, OBM na client ko 'to, and then, this is what I said na ano, itong lead na 'to galing 'to siya sa pricing guide or email list ng client ko, and then we connected with her. As you can see, May 15 kaka-connect lang namin, like last month lang 'to. May 15, we followed her and she followed us back, kaya naglagay ako ng welcome message. And then I even like only said, wow, that's really amazing to her account. Like parang story, hindi ko na ma-remember anong story to. Pero after that, she inquired again about the service. So, ayun siya, napaka-simple lang. And then ito, the other screenshot is this lead inquired after I reinitiated the convo. So prior to working with this client, nakipag-engage na siya, like I think probably around September. She was already following this, or like they have already been talking to each other. And then nung April, my client kasi stopped doing engagement. So nung April pa lang na na balik, and then we just actually congratulated her. I think she signed a new client on this. And then we congratulated her, and then ayun, after a few hours, nag-ask siya about if my client is helping with client workflows. And then ayun, so as you can see, napaka-simple lang kasi when you become proactive kasi when it comes to reaching out to your clients, it gives you lots of chances or higher chances to uh look for those clients, or like attract those clients na ano who are ready to get support already. So hindi kasi pwedeng like, for example, you only post and goes, or like ka lang, aasa ka lang sa effort ng content mo. Especially that nowadays marami ng 'di ba? Marami ng competition. So it really helps if you become proactive with doing lead gen engagement. It really helps if you become consistent with it, because this is really like a money generating activity for you if you do this so well, and then you're able to build rapport with this client, or like with this dream clients. Because even though they might not like become a dream, or like they might not be a client right now, or like hindi mo man sila ma-sign right now or today, if you have been building rapport with them, or like consistently engaging with them, you're planting a seed. And then um by doing that, you become on top of their mind then. And then when the time comes kasi na you are, or like that lead is already ready to get the kind of support that you have, ikaw yung unang mano-notice, or like remember. Like I think I shared a while ago na meron akong na-close na lead na 2 years pa after. Kasi that time kasi, when we started to connect first, she was still at the point of her business na, ayun, kaka-start pa lang niya. And then I have been consistently engaging with her for 2 years. And then, hindi naman kailangan na dapat everyday ka ha. Like, lang, at least maybe once a month, ganun, with her. And then, when the time came na inquire siya, I really asked her kung bakit ako, or like why me, o 'di ba? Tas sabi niya kasi kahit na marami daw maraming mga VAs na di-DM sa account niya to share their support, like their services, gano'n. She really loved the way na hindi ako nag-pitch sa kanya. Like we were consistently engaging, and then I didn't pitch my services to her, but she knows na ano yung services ko based on what I sell and promote in my feed, gano'n, content. Pero she loved the fact that I didn't like push it to her, or like offered it to her. And then that's why I became the top of her mind the moment when she decided to get na the support that I have. Ayun. And then she happens to be one of my highest paying clients naman at this time because of that. So ayun. Kasi what I would also say is that napaka-importante nito na you are not only targeting leads who might be the money now clients, but you're also targeting leads na who might be who might be able to invest in your services later on, because that's how you can become sustainable, or that's how you can have a sustainable flow of leads, when you don't only also focus on leads who are yes right now, but also those people who might be yes in the future. So kagaya nung lead na yon. Okay, so this is your action plan. So going back, first is dapat you will get clear with who is your ideal client. Next is, among all those methods that I have shared with you regarding lead gen, pick ka lang which method of lead gen works for you. Next is add ka ng leads to your lead tracker using the lead tracker template. Fourth is engage with them consistently, and then use the additional strategies if you want to. So, ayun siya. Hopefully guys, may na-learn kayo sa presentation right now.
Yes, marami. Thank you so much, guys. Type naman kayo dyan. What's your takeaway? Like, tumatak sa inyo. Before tayo mag-Q&A, can you just quickly share what's the one thing na talagang na-absorb nyo and you feel na you can put to action right away para we could, Fatima can have feedback. Sige, pero while you're thinking, let's do a quick, photo op, Coach Kai. Sige, open cam na, guys. Matik na yan sa atin. Sige, super helpful. Ako may tanong ako actually. So, let's do the quick photo lang and then we'll proceed with the question. Ayan. Hello, hello, my dears.
Basta share lang for a while para makita natin lahat ng participants.
Ayan. Yung kaya lang naman. Sige, sige.
Yan. Sorry, stop ko lang muna para makita ng lahat. Alright, sige. Sa page 1. Teka lang, alright. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Sa page 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Done na, Coach?
Yep.
Ayun, sige. So yan, meron tayong mga comments sa chat. And if may questions kayo, guys, drop them na. We'll get to that. Pero yeah, super helpful for most of them. Si Roshu said na she loves the building rapport part. Sabi ni Aldrich, full of value bombs. And then si Jessica, consistent reaching out and proactive conversations with the clients. Yes, ikaw yung magiging top of mind nila. Leia is said na strategy na messaging to stories. Yes. Ako din, favorite ko yon. Pero sige, yung may mga questions, type nyo guys. May nakita ko kanina before yung akin. Sino ba yun? Ayun, sabi ni Leia, question, is it better to follow the name or business page? Sa IG to dear, no? What do you mean? Can you expound? Are you still here, Leia? You could unmute, dear. What do you mean by that? Like, personal name? Sa IG tayo, ah.
Sa IG ba to? If
Kasi sa Facebook yata yung tanong mo eh, pero kaya medyo na-confuse ako. Pero sige, Fatima, meron kang...
Coach, sorry.
yes,
Can
dear.
you hear me po? Yan, Coach. Kasi na-experience ko po na since nag-IG din ako, may mga business coaches, may mga businesses po kasi na nakapangalan doon sa mismong name ng business nila. Tapos yung iba naman po, parang personal name, parang personal page nila or personal IG account nila. So parang meron akong nakuhang suggestion before or advice na better daw po kung personal na account nila rather than yung business page. Parang ganun. So minsan nahihirapan akong i-weigh kung ano talaga yung dapat kasi some or most of the clients na pina-follow ko is mas active dun sa business page nila rather than dun sa personal.
For me personally, ang gusto kong i-follow is yung business page, like based on your example, kasi for me doon mo kasi pwedeng ma-engage, 'di ba? Kasi like what you said, they're most active there. So it gives you a lot of opportunities for you to strike a conversation or like comment on their posts or reply to their stories. So, and I also feel like if they have two accounts, yung personal and business, they're going to be more active sa business nila. And usually kasi yung personal page nila, it's usually like a private one. hindi siya naka-public, yung business page nila yung sa IG, yung ano, yung active. So, ayun siya, sa business ako nagfa-follow.
Ayun. Ayun, Leia. Hopefully that clarifies things for you. How about the rest? May questions kayo, guys? Let's maximize while Fatima is still here. Pero unahan ko na sila para masagot yung tanong. Nauna bigla. Hindi, yung akin kasi, from what you shared, it's really a lot of value, but my gosh, it's so tedious, no? I mean, ang daming gagawin. So, effort-wise na lang, kasi naman OBM, simplify tayo. For us na like starting out, beginners, with the intent to, maybe convert a lead on Instagram, kahit isa lang, what would you suggest our efforts be like time-wise? Like 30 minutes ba? 1 hour? And then,
Okay.
yung ganun.
Actually, when it comes to like the hours spent in engaging, mas prefer ko na if you focus on the quality. Like kahit na 5 ano lang yan, 5 leads lang yung na-engage mo, if you can only do that, let's say, sometimes maybe sa 5 leads na yon, it took you 15 minutes to engage with them. Like for example, kasi sometimes kasi when you engage to their story or like reply to their story, nag-ano na yan, like marami na yung mga follow-up question,
Oo.
like mga conversations. So sometimes talking with this one specific dream client will take you 5 minutes or 10 minutes, ganun. So I would rather focus on quality, but if you really want to have a system na dapat 30 minutes, ganun, so I would say na at least nga 30 minutes yung gagawin nyo. Like allocate nyo na time. If hindi man possible na let's say 5 times a week nyo gawin, at least you may be able to do it 3 times or 2 times a week on Instagram. So if ever 30 minutes, that's gonna be like a 1 hour thing to do on Instagram per week. So kahit yun man lang, pero focus on the quality pa din. Like for example, yung sinabi ko kanina, putting out content that I like comment that is really with substance, ganun, para yung effort mo when it comes to commenting, hindi siya mapuput into waste. Because if you put like lots of value in that comment, or like yung parang comment na mapapansin talaga ng dream clients mo, it will like, it will become fruitful and then it will really attract people. So, or like your dream clients too. So, ayun siya. Focus on the quality kayo, guys.
Got it. Thank you so much. So parang quality, fewer but quality, and then consistency, no? Na
Oo,
dapat
yun
at
din.
least 3
Oo.
times. Kasi
Mm-mm.
yung mag-isip ka ng comment, ang hirap din nun. Guilty ako dun sa love this eh. So talagang pag sineryoso ko naman yung comment, masakit din siya sa brain cell. So kaya I super appreciate talaga mga SMMs and engagement people. But yes, thank you dear. Ayan, may questions na tayo. Sige, let me go to the chat. Sabi ni Aldrich, how do you transition to sell your offer or sell to the client or i-close siya sa IG? From what I heard from you, they close themselves.
For this one, like what I have advised kanina or earlier on, dapat talaga nakapag-build ka muna ng rapport, and then dapat if ever you want to pitch or like close or like transition to selling, dapat 4 to 6 weeks of consistent engagement muna kayo. So in this time, dapat within the 4 to 6 weeks, nakapag-consistently engage kayo with the person, and then if ever that time comes, you can be you can be direct, and let's say you can say na let's say you will send a DM and you will say to the person na, hey Fatima, it's really like dapat hindi lang parang randomly ha. What I usually do kasi is I reply to a story. Pero another way is you directly send a message to that person. As long as nakapag-build ka ng rapport, hindi siya magiging awkward. You will know if you have you will know if you have built rapport, if ever you are going to pitch, hindi siya feeling awkward yung ganon. Malalaman mo yan. So like for example, you will say na hey Fatima, it's really been a pleasure for me to connect with you for a long time right now, or something like that. And then you will say na, I really want to know more about your business. Parang ganun ka na. Mag-transition ka to business talk. So that's how you're going to do it. And hindi to salesy kasi you already have built rapport. Like hindi siya parang cold pitch na kagaya ng ginagawa ng iba na diretso lang. Pero since you have already built rapport, it will be easier for the lead to open up to you. Maybe pala naghahanap siya ng support mo, ganun. it could also be that way. And then by doing it first, or like parang ikaw yung mag-initiate, it helps, or like it gives them like an opportunity for them to to voice out, kasi baka they're looking for your let's just say they're looking pala for your kind of support, and then when you initiated the conversation, yun lang pala yung nila, yun lang pala yung hinihintay nila. Pero at this time, at least you have built rapport. So if ever man i-reject ka with your business talk, something like that, hindi siya magiging awkward kasi you have already built rapport. Pero hindi ko talaga na-try na na-reject ako with that. Kasi I know that I have built rapport. So, ayun. Hopefully, nasagot ko yung mo, tanong mo.
Yes, let us
Pero,
know, Aldrich. Part
pero
ka or
usually
thumbs up.
kasi, yung mga clients ko din, I have two kinds of clients. Yung mga clients na sila mismo nagko-close sa call. Usually, yung mga service providers ko na clients, they want to really close sa discovery call or sa sales call. So, kaya sila na yung nagko-close themselves sa
Mhm.
sales call. And then, I just probably, if ever may nag-inquire, binibigay ko lang yung booking link ng ng client ko. And then, usually kasi, yung mga kino-close ko sa DMs, these are for coaches. Kasi I think most coaches don't hop on a sales call na right now. And usually naka-close sila even just through chat. So, doon ako doon ko binabagay yung services ko right now. So, yeah, ganun. Ganun yung way ko.
Very extensive response to your question, Aldrich. I hope that was answered. Let us know in the chat. And while waiting in the rest, guys, let's give our thank you and feedback kay Fatima for sharing her expertise. Coach Kai dropped the link sa ating masterclass form. So pa-answer naman, guys, and we will share kasi your feedback din kay Fatima later. Ayan, thank you daw, sabi ni Aldrich. All right, sige, let's go to sabi ni Kay, thank you daw. I love how you don't straight up offer your service, but because you keep popping up on their notifs and that you engage with them, you get to attract them to inquire about your services. By the way, out of the 100 target clients, how many of those would you expect to follow back and eventually engage with you? What's a good conversion rate?
Okay, so actually, this is a great question. So, yung 100 target clients, actually, ito yung ano ko sa inyo na if ever magsa-source kayo ng leads, at least target 100 leads yung isa-source nyo, like initially. And then, for those 100 leads, dapat consistent kayo. So, maybe, for example, if you're going to start connecting with these people na, maybe you can do 25 for this week, i-divide nyo yung 100 until you are able to connect with them all. Of course, if kaya nyo man i-connect silang lahat in just a week, they go. Pero if ever gusto nyo yung parang paunti-unti lang, so you can do it that way. And then, when it comes to having them follow back, it totally depends on the person kasi. So, you can't force them to follow you back. Pero as long as you do the strategies that I have mentioned, it gives you a higher chance for them to follow back. Yun yung masasabi ko, like hindi ko yan na calculate if ilan yung nag-follow back. Sorry. And then yeah, so I think yun yung question mo.
All right. Ayan, Kay. Let us know if that's good in the chat. Ayan, thank you daw. Sige. Sheila Marie also has a question. Ano yung mga limitation ng engagement sa IG? For example, 10 comments per hour lang ba pwede? May ganun bang limitations?
Okay, so this is also a good question. It actually depends on how active you are sa Instagram. So for example, if you have been like a super active engager, you can always do probably, or like it's not impossible for you at least to do like 50 comments in an hour if super active ka sa Instagram. But if you are just starting out, yung 10 comments nga per hour, or like limit it to 15 if ever. Pero dapat hindi like yung parang 1 minute ago ka pa nag-comment nito, another minute. So parang i-ano mo siya pa din, bigyan mo pa din ng time interval in that 1 hour yung comment nyo. Especially if you are still a beginner kasi or like you are still new to IG sa account nyo, kasi yung algorithm or like yung bot ng Instagram, manonotice nila yan kung how fast kayo mag-engage. So, dapat nyo muna siyang isanay na, for example, this is how how you are engaging right now. So if ever masanay na yon, you will ultimately like increase your number of comments or like engagements. So tama yung sinabi niya na ano mo na 10 comments per hour mo na if ever bago ka pa lang sa IG para hindi ka ma-restrict or ma-limit.
Alright, so yun, noted guys. Ano ulit? Sorry, 10. Noted tapos ano ulit? Lumagpas eh. 10 comments per hour? Sabi mo?
10 to
Oo.
15 pero dapat naka-ano siya, naka-interval, hindi siya yung parang ano,
Oo.
consecutive
Parang
talaga.
natural ka lang na yung
Oo,
space.
gano'n.
Okay, got it. Sige. Thank you. Ayan, hope that was answered, Sheila. Si Kay, may pahabol. Do you have daw an engagement schedule? Like, sa dami ng leads na na-accumulate sa daily lead gen activity, how do you organize what to do at a specific time or schedule and who to engage with?
Okay. So, actually, what I do is, yung kagaya na sinabi ko, 100 leads muna, and then you consistently engage with them. And then, the thing that I do is that, for example, I always plan, like, my day. So, for example, like, my week. So, for example, for Monday, engage ako sa mga, like, sa 100 leads, maybe I will engage with 25 of them. And then, tomorrow or like Tuesday, engage ulit with another 25. But if you have, let's say, if meron ka na palang warm, hot, cold leads, so what you're gonna do is, this is just a suggestion ha, not like the rule. Pero for example, Monday, mag-engage ka or like you initiate connection with the new leads. Tuesday, engage ka sa warm leads. Wednesday, engage ka sa hot leads. So, para na din easier for you to keep track. Kasi 'di ba, for example, iba-iba naman yung statuses ng leads mo like that you will find. So, meron na yung mga let's say hot, cold, warm. So, for you to do it like more efficiently, gino-group ko sila. So, yun, ganun yung ginagawa ko na gino-group ko sila para alam ko na din kung madali lang din i-update sa tracker kasi pwede niyo yang i-group at i-filter out, 'di ba? So, yung sa Google Sheets or like maybe you're using other like ClickUp and on Airtable, ganun pwede siyang i-filter out. So, maybe you can do that and have it by day yung pag-engage sa mga different kinds of leads.
Sorry, nakamute pala ako. I was saying, parang mas maganda yung second suggestion na parang may theme day, guys. Okay, Monday,
Oo, yan.
initiate ano lang tayo sa cold. Create that connection. Then Tuesday, sa mga warm. So parang mas bet ko yun. Pero yan, ayun Kay, alam mo na dear. Sige, we also have from Rene. Ah, halatang nag-AI to kay Malinde. Oh, can I copy my comment from AI then paste to comment section para mabilis? Tama ba?
Okay. Okay.
Oo.
So regarding AI, okay naman din na mag-ano ka, na like, mag-ask ka ng help sa AI. However kasi, you might know this na, pero like, meron kasing mga specific words that AI always uses, 'di ba? And it makes it obvious na you're using AI. So, ang mangyayari diyan, you will mag-o-overthink ka pa kung tama ba yung ginagamit mo na words or like, like, this is what happened to my client kasi na parang kahit na daw gumagamit siya ng AI parang mas natatagalan pa siyang mag-comment because she needed to tweak some things or like some words inside or like she needs to paraphrase pa ano pa yung sinabi ng AI. Kasi usually kasi parang di ko pa alam if yung AI ba is at the point na ba na pwede na ba siyang pero like that's what based lang on what my client said, parang na-overthink pa niya yung ginagamit niya or like yung help ng ginagawa ng AI kasi nga merong mga words dun na parang obvious na AI yung ginamit. So ayun. Pwede to pero you need to tweak it para hindi siya masyadong halata na AI.
Ayun, sige. Ayun, Kuya Rene. Hopefully that gives you the answer that you need. Let's move kay Jevelyn. Pag new pa lang sa IG, should I keep posting muna sa account ko para magkaroon ng buhay? Then saka lang ako mag-transition with doing engagement sa mga leads.
For me, I would suggest you do both. Actually, for like my own experience, I started creating my account sa IG, like yung business account ko, July of 2021. And then at that time, wala talaga akong post pa nun. Pero I was already engaging. At the back end, of course, I was creating posts that I will post sa feed ko. Pero I was already also engaging with a client or like a dream client or like my dream leads, ganon. And then even before I posted my first post, nakapag-sign ako ng client, like, because I was just engaging. And then, meron nga akong ano nito meron akong post about this na nakapag-sign ako with less than 100 followers pa nga at that time and wala pa akong post nun. So, ayun, possible siya na wag kang maghintay na meron ka ng post. You just start na lang. You can also start engaging na rin.
Yun, sige. Thank you. Thank you for the question, Jev. Sige. Meron pa ba? Last, from Kay. I think last na to lang hahabol, guys. Sabi ni Kay Rojas, do you engage with the same lead across platforms or IG lang?
For me, IG ako. So, and usually kasi yung mga tina-target ko na clients, 'di ba? Like what I said kanina, sila yung mga clients na always nag-show up sa IG. So, IG is also their main platform. So, I usually like only engage with them on IG. Maybe I have been following some of them on Facebook pero di ako nag-engage sa Facebook. So, ayun siya, IG lang talaga ako.
Ayun. I think when it comes to who and where you'll engage, it depends on your ICA. Like where are they most active talaga. So kung LinkedIn tayo. Kung nasa IG naman, the IG. Ayun, sabi ni Jeff, thank you, follow kita. Yes, follow niyo si Fatima. How can they follow you ba? Like if they wanna connect with you, what will they search on Facebook ba, dear?
They will search for my name. So, it's Fatima Mobi. Yung ano ko talaga, name ko talaga para walang maano. I'll put it here.
Ayun.
Like, yan. So, you can follow me there, guys. And if you have any questions, you can also send me a DM there.
I see. All right. Ayan guys ha. So check nyo na and I hope you've also answered the feedback form na para lang we could give thanks to Fatima. Do you have anything na upcoming offers ba or launches na you wanna share or none at the moment naman?
Oh, okay. I will share my screen. Okay lang
Yeah,
ba?
sige. Oo.
Okay. This is just gonna be short, guys. So if ever you want to learn more, actually, I offer one-on-one mentorship, like what I've said kanina. So, this is a customized support for done-for-you service providers like you. So, kahit na hindi ka magsa-specialize sa lead gen engagement, as long as you want to learn more about how to attract, nurture, and convert clients on Instagram, so you will learn more about this through my one-on-one mentorship program. And it's currently, like, you can see the deliverables here naman din, like yung mga features. So, meron siyang one-on-one chat support, and then you have lifetime access to modules and counting pa yan. So, like, currently is 20 modules, pero marami pa akong i-add kasi, ayun, like, it's like the strategies are changing, so I want to add more depending on what works now. And then, ayun, yun siya. And then I also have something else. So, if you want a more if you want support pero hindi mo naman kailangan like meron ka lahat ng modules or something like that, kasi yung sa one-on-one mentorship, you will learn kasi all the strategies that I used. Pero here, so one-on-one consultation call, this will be specifically about like the specific strategy that you're going to use based on your current situation. So in this one-on-one consultation call, it's a 90-minute one-on-one consultation call with 2-week chat support to talk about anything talaga, like strategy, business, mindset in general. So ito yung inclusions, 90-minute one-on-one consultation call notes, then my 2-week chat support, and then you have access then to one-on-one call recording. So the investment for this is 8,000 until June 31, and then it will be back to 12 after the promo period. So ayun lang, guys.
Ayun. So yeah, do connect now with Fatima if you're interested or you just want to follow her. She does have some really valuable posts as well. So definitely worth following. Ayun guys, thank you so much for showing up and being with us today for this topic. We have another one this kailan ba? Thursday. At so ngayon nag-engage tayo. So yung kabila naman, call natin, you don't wanna miss that because it's all about sales and conversion. So if you wanna attend that, then we shall release the the event calendar and the registration form sa community ulit. So yeah, just watch out na lang sa community and hope you could still join us on Thursday as well. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Fatima, for gracing us with your expertise. God bless, guys. See you. Bye-bye.